What's going on, you beautiful people? So, in this video, we are going to talk a little bit about how God can work through your heart, God can work through anybody's heart, and He can make the changes that we cannot make happen. Because a lot of the times we are trying to make the changes of our heart by our own means. And when we don't see that happening, when we're like, I want to change my heart, I want my heart to be placed in not thinking negative and not thinking this, not thinking that, and it doesn't happen, it freaking sucks. It sucks because we're like, why isn't this happening? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking this way? Why do I have all these things going on? And we want to make God happy. We want to do that stuff. But the good news is that we don't have to do it on our own means. Maybe we just go to Christ and He's going to be the one that changes it for us. Because I have two things. So firstly, I saw this dude that he was a public speaker, and he's somebody that has no arms and no legs, and it was amazing because I heard him talking about the fact that he still has freaking fullness of life. He has fullness of joy, fullness of all that stuff, man. And he has no arms and no legs. And that's the craziest thing, man. He has no arms and no legs, but fullness of joy. And for a lot of us, that's tough to see. It's tough to understand for us because, like, a lot of us don't even have fullness of joy sometimes. Sometimes we are feeling down. Sometimes we're feeling out. But this dude has no arms and no legs, and he has fullness of life. And I believe that that's God working in his heart to be able to give him that fullness of life, that peace, that energy, that joy. And I think that, just like it says in the Bible, that peace that transcends all understanding, the joy of God is available to every single person, man. And if this dude that has no arms and no legs can have that, why don't we go into our prayers and believe that it is truly available to us? Because, sometimes I've realized that a lot of people don't think that it's available to us sometimes, that's not something we can strive after. Look, I'm not saying that I have this all the time. I don't even have this probably even, like, there's times where there's things getting in my path, which even right now there's things that are in my blocking and distractions blocking me. But I think when we set it as a goal that we can get to is so powerful, because even my mother, I was talking to my mother the other day, or not even the other day, a long while ago. And, my mother is somebody that is in faith, and she's been of faith for a long while. And I was talking to her about the fruits of the spirit and stuff like that. And I tell her, I think that it's available to everybody, that we can all live in this fullness of joy, this peace, this energy. And she started to cry because she was like, I want that. But there's people at her work, there's stuff that's going on in her life. And she told me, she was like, I don't know if that's available to me. And for me, that was something crazy, because my mother is somebody who I know who has been the pillar of faith in my life. And to know that she doesn't even know if that's available to her is crazy. It's crazy. But, I'm trying to see, I'm trying to open my mind so that I can also share it with her, because it is available to us. Like this dude that has no arms and no legs, if he can get it, then we can all get it, man. We can all receive that. And, also in going along with moving in the hearts, knowing that God can move in anybody's hearts. My mom told me about this lady that she first knew. It's her, I guess her sister-in-law. So basically her brother's girlfriend at the time, who was not very, she was very herself at this time, and her and my mom had a little bit of an attitude towards each other. They had their own little relationship growing up and all that stuff. And she was at this time, my mom had her own gripes with her because of her own reasons. And this girl was also somebody who had a little bit of an attitude. She was a little bit, herself. And she did some drugs. She did some all this stuff, man. And she's just somebody that wasn't the greatest at the time. But lo and behold, when my mom's brother ended up passing away, they ended up reconnecting at this time. And lo and behold, she tells my mom that she's a born again Christian now. And they ended up getting a good relationship, a decent relationship. She'll text my mom, she'll send her some devotionals, she'll send her some scriptures. So it's crazy because it's you can move, God can move in anybody's heart. He can change anybody's heart that is willing to turn towards Him. And she read out some of the texts that she had sent her, and it's just you can really feel the Holy Spirit working within her, the peace that is in her, the peace that's moving in her, the openness and all that stuff. And it's so great to see that. So maybe you have somebody out there in your life that you feel I want to pray over them. Maybe that's yourself. You don't know if that fullness of joy, you don't know if that happiness is available to you. But I want to say right now that it is available to you. It is available to all of us. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying that I have it all the time, but I'm saying it's something that we can go towards. And God can move in your heart better than we can move in our own hearts. It doesn't matter what kind of books we read. It doesn't matter what kind of stuff we say to ourselves, but I think through the power of God, through the power of how He can move in our heart, and that peace that's going to transcend all understanding, that's where we're really going to have hope and faith that it can move and it can have it in our life and it can be available to us, and we can live in the fruits of the Spirit and have fullness of life every single day, man. And I'm hoping that for you. I know it's available to you. I really just know it's available to you, and I really want you to go after it, because it's something that once you go after it, you're going to live your best life ever. And I'm wishing that for you. I don't want you to live complacent. I don't want to live complacent. So let's not live complacent. Let's try to go after that, man. I'm not even feeling the best today, but I'm going to continue to try to go towards that. And I've noticed how amazing it is to go towards that. And I hope you are able to join me in that. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, week. Peace.